Good evening. Good evening. Wow. Happy Tuesday. Like we say it, happy live day for Success Mastery. Good to have every one of you here today. If you just joined, please do us a favor. Like this channel and, of course, this broadcast. Share so that somebody in your network can also listen in. We are the ladies from Success Mastery, and today we are talking about a topic that for all of us, I mean, including me, for many times, I wouldn't celebrate it, but with the understanding I have now, I'm like, come on, let's share this with other brothers and sisters so that they too will step forward with confidence and boldness, knowing that there is a blessing in adversity. Yes, 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 yes. This is the topic we are addressing tonight, blessings in adversity, opportunities in adversity, breakthroughs in adversity. So today, Lady D and I, welcome Lady D. We are the team members that are addressing this topic. And we're going to look at it because we all used to look at adversity with a certain kind of eye.
Yeah.
And probably you have also looked at it from that same place. But today we want to flip the coin because, like it is said, every coin has two sides. So that's the coin of adversity. So it doesn't have one side alone, it has two sides. And depending on how you look at adversity, it can either be a blessing or it can be a cause to run or fly. Yeah?
Yep. Yeah.
So tonight we want to really look at that. If you're just joining us once again, this is Success Mastery, and we are with our Tuesday lives. And today we're talking about blessings in adversity. Like, share, comment, send us your questions. Your feedback is very crucial to us. Let us know in which area this particular broadcast has blessed you, and moving forward, what are some of the areas you want us to address on this particular channel? Right. So, Lady D, what the word adversity, what does that, what kind of thoughts does it bring to you when you hear adversity, when you hear that word?
Well, good day, everyone. Well, this is a very interesting topic because in life, whether we like it or not, adversity is a part of our lives. And how you see adversity is very, very important. You can see it as a failure, a negative word, or you can see it as a positive opportunity to bite in the cake, your cake. First and foremost, let me define the meaning of adversity. Adversity is referred to a difficult or a challenging situation, hardship or misfortunes that people face in life. So, like I said before, it's part of it. It's part of our day-to-day life. But how you see it, like Frida said about the coin, will serve you or it will defeat you. So your perspective of that word, adversity, will serve you if your mindset towards that word adversity is like it's a day-to-day life, it's part of life. I see it like opportunity to learn, to grow, to mature, and to exercise a kind of faith that bears out unknown opportunity, because opportunity is something that comes our way every day. But how you see the opportunity in the adversity will determine the results that you want.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, you want to get a driving license, you want to get your license, and everybody around you, when they go for like the theory or the practicals, they fail. So in your own mind, okay, if my sisters, my friends, my pals are failing, that means when me too I go, I will fail. So I will not even try. I'll not even do my best. I will just go along the multitude. But another side, you can say, okay, I have studied, they fail. Let me try. Let me go and do. Let me see how it will get me. How you see it is how it will come to you. If you see it like when I go, I'm passing, you go, you pass. But if you see it from the eye of your environment, you will go and get the same results. And the results will be the results you don't want at that moment. And it will cause you to sit back and relax. But opportunity or adversity is the best gift, if we have the understanding, is the best gift that, let me say, God give mankind. Because before I saw it like adversity is a sign of the man, I don't want to mention his name. He just bring it to wipe away my vision, put me down. No. God bring that adversity for us to mature, to grow out from that baby side of life. So this topic is really dear to my heart because I've been the other side and now I am on the other side. So I see the benefits of me being here and where I'm coming from.
Thank you so much. You touch on perspective, how you see it, how we see it. Like, I will also chip in. Before, I used to really think that failure is the opposite of success.
Yeah.
So when I look at like an opportunity or a challenge, like adversity you were talking about, when I look at a challenge, when I look at a situation that doesn't look favorable at the surface level, I'm like, I don't want to near it. I don't want to really have anything to do with it. I don't even want to try to understand it. Why? Because that is not what I want. Like it's gonna fail. So I don't want to, without even me taking time to study it and see, okay, what are some of the areas that I could learn from? Because a situation is challenging doesn't mean there are no growth processes to it. It can challenge me and pull me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But before, I would just discard it totally. I will not even pay attention to it at all because as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't look good. So don't even near it. But when just like you're saying, when I started looking at adversity, challenges, difficulties, even failure as part of success, because how will you know you have succeeded in a thing if you don't know how it looks, how failure looks like? Now, I don't run away from those adversities, those difficulties, those challenges. I actually draw near to look like, okay, so yes, on the surface level, it may look bad, but what can I actually learn from this situation? How can I allow that situation to mold and form me to become a better person?
Exactly.
What are some of the choices I definitely shouldn't make? And what are some of the choices I should make in order to have the outcome I desire? So now, instead of just turning my back completely and saying, no, I take time to study it. Because like you said, even taking a driver's license, like the example you cited, even going for a driving course, yeah, the exam, even if everybody around you is failing, and yes, there may be a possibility, because there is always a possibility of failing.
Yeah.
You will at least have gone through the process of the examination. Now you know how the examination is run. You know how many minutes you need. You know which ones you failed and which ones you need to go and study better. Exactly. So that next time when you go, you can pass. Yeah. This you will only learn when you engage yourself in the process, not from a distance, not from listening to somebody else's experience of how they went and did it and it didn't work, but you engaging in there. Of course, there are some situations you need to learn from other people's mistakes, but you will still have to go through the process yourself. And along the way, you will also learn your own lessons. You get it? So in as much as we take advice, counsel, that should not be the reason why we just turn our back because somebody's experience taught them like this. So yeah, because of that, no, I'm not even going to get close to do my own due diligence. And in the past, that was my attitude to approaching life. Anything that looked difficult, I didn't want anything to do with it. If it looked difficult, seems like impossible, no, why would I attempt that? If it looked like it's not looking favorable, why should I give myself to that? But successful people became successful at whatever they did or are doing because they decided, they made up their mind that they will fail trying until they discover a way that it works. Exactly. They embraced adversity with courage. They owned up. They didn't just barely go through hoping. No, they owned up. That means accountability. They accepted full accountability of the actions they were taking. If it went well, yes, they gave themselves shoulder pads. But if it didn't go well, they also accepted the fact that, yes, I didn't make the right choices. Now, what are some of the things I did wrong? And how can I go correct them and do better next time? I also believe, and Lady D, you can just interject if you disagree, that many times the reason why we run from adversity is because we don't want to be challenged. We want life to just come served, success to come served on a golden platter and presented to us. And so we don't like the challenge that comes with facing challenges head on. Yeah. So for instance, I always use this as an example because the first time I saw a diamond, a rough diamond, I will not lie to you. I was like, my goodness, is this what people pay so much money for? It looked rough, like dirty glass, that when you even find on the ground, you probably will pass by and not take a second look at it. But this time it was presented to me and they told me this is how rough diamond. Now, because before then, all I used to see was finished diamonds, polished, either in put in jewelries, or you see them already showcased in a jewelry shop, or where I was working, they would it is finished and beautiful, shining, brilliant in its colors and form and shape and all the facets in place. That is how, in my mind, diamond is supposed to look like. But the rough diamond hardly looked like the end product. Hardly. But it had to go through a process. So can you imagine, let's say the rough diamond is your beautiful outcome wrapped up in adversity, wrapped up in challenges, because that rough diamond had what we call all kinds of inclusions, depth in it. There are, the shape it has no shape, no facet, it's not shining, nothing to it. But that is your beautiful outcome, your end finished product wrapped up in adversity. Yeah, so it doesn't look very beautiful. But you will need to go deeper, dare to take it through the process of polishing, push it through to be able to finally, it goes through a whole process. Sometimes 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, they are still busy polishing it. They will take it to this table, they will polish it. Okay, this facet has to be worked in it. You need to remove this dirt out of it, polish it here, put this diamond powder on it, take it through the process again. It goes through a whole lot. So the diamond will not only fail one time, it will fail 2 times. They will test it again because there is something they want to get out of it, a certain shape they want to get out of it, a certain color, a certain clarity they want to get out of it. And as long as they have not seen that, they will keep taking it through the process. So it fails the test, it goes back to the process. It comes back again, they take it back through the process. It comes back again, they take it back through the process until they get what they are looking for in that particular dye, that particular finished product they are looking for in that dye. So you see why there is blessing. And these diamonds, when they come out, if they really pass the process, they allow themselves to be taken through the process and they come out, they are sold for millions and millions of euros. They are exhibited in places like Tiffany's, high places. Important people come and take a look at them. But they have to embrace the process. They have to embrace the challenges. They have to go through. They have to fail and go through again and fail and go through. They didn't say after 1 fail or 2 fail, I quit. Because we only stop being part of the process when we quit. When we say, I won't do it again. I cannot, I give up. So really, when you mention the driver, the same thing in life is the same thing. Failure is part of success, not the opposite of success, is part of success. And why is it important to know this? When we know this, we face life with everything in it, with confidence. We're not broken. We're not sad because things didn't work out the way we thought. We're not depressed. No, it didn't work out. Hey, I'm going to look for another way to make it work out. You constantly looking how to make it work. But when we have the mindset like I used to have before, it's either you succeed or you fail. When you fail one time, you go and sit down and it's like life is over, game over. No, the game is not over as long as you keep playing it. If you quit, that is when it's game over. But once you are still in the game, there is no game over. You see, but before, when I didn't understand that there are really blessings in challenges, either you learn, you grow, you will change because you will see different ways of doing things. You will gain, you will learn. It's a learning curve. So there are some lessons you will learn that you will otherwise not learn if you were just sitting down, doing nothing, or being afraid, being scared to attempt anything. You will not learn those things. So before, when I didn't understand it, if I try something one time and it doesn't work, I just say it didn't work and I will leave it there. Like in my mind, it's like that thing doesn't work. No, I gave up on it too soon. Yes, it didn't work the first time, but am I ready to engage myself in finding other ways of making it work?
Yeah.
Those who made the lamp, the bulb, they tried over and over again. Today we are enjoying the bulb, the light bulb. They didn't just get it the first time. They didn't even get it the 10th time, not the 20th time. We were talking about this today, and we use the analogy of a child who is learning to walk, because that is life. Life is constantly learning to walk. Today, you may crawl through something, and when you persist, you may learn how to walk in that place, that thing. But then you get into something else, it's new, you don't know it, so you learn to crawl, and then you learn to walk. A child who is learning to walk, what if that child says, I stand up, I walk one time, it didn't work. I couldn't walk fast or get to where I'm, so let me just sit down. Will that child ever be able to walk? No. What if he tried 2-3 times and he says, oh, because it didn't work, that means maybe I'm crippled, I cannot walk. You get it? But they keep trying. We went through that process. You keep trying, because the more you are trying, you building your leg muscles. So one time you stand up, then you fall back down. You stand up again, you fall back. You keep rising, you fall. In the process, you're building the muscles in your legs. And before you know, the child stands up, can now begin to take a step, goes back on the ground again. Next time, he stands up, takes 2 steps. But what is he doing? The baby is making progress at walking. He or she didn't give up. They kept at it until finally they stood up and they were doing 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. They were walking all over the place. This is so true of life.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your take is in. What are some of the areas? And of course, we talk about children walking, we talk about driving license, we talk about the process of a diamond. What are some of the areas that you find difficult, or you found difficult in the past to allow yourself to take the baby steps until your muscles were built enough to actually take it at the speed and the pace that you wanted? Because it calls for patience, being kind to yourself.
One of the areas I used to have the biggest challenge is change. You know, when you fall or when you fail and you are trying again, there is something there's something you have learned that you are going to take to the next level of trying. But there had to be something you have to change. Because if you don't change something, the next one you are going to come, you will not learn anything for you to top it up. You will get the same result. That's right. So changing parts, because sometimes you can be changing of habits, changing of mindset, changing of how you see the thing. Wow. And if you don't adapt with the change, it will be very difficult for you to go to the next level. And change is very difficult. Sometimes it can be change of environment, change of the kind of food you eat, change of the things you watch.
That part,
yes.
The food you eat.
Yes, change of the things you watch, the things you hear, the kind of books you read.
That's right.
Because you are shifting from one level to another. So you need a new information to get it. A new information will cause you to change. How you speak, how you approach things, how you even approach adversity, like we are saying. And you need that little change, sometimes a little click of habits that you need to change to take you there. But if you say, okay, I cannot change the way I eat, I'm used to my food, I'm used to my environment, I'm used to the book and the TV and the things that I'm reading, you don't want change. And I've come to understand that until the thing really hurts you, pain you, you will never embrace change.
You always go back.
Yes, one of my favorite quotes was from Steve Harvey. Also, he said, until you become sick and tired of being sick and tired, you will not change. Be in your comfort zone. Your comfort zone, nothing grows. Literally, nothing is even dead. So you need change of habits, change of attitude, change of mindset, change of perspective for you to climb it. Like I was saying, that part was very difficult for me. But because I was in an environment, everybody was being stretched, and there was no judgmental. They gave everybody space to grow on your own term. That doesn't mean they are going to leave you to lay back. No, they will encourage you, but on your own terms. And before you know, you are adapt to the changing. Before you know, you love the book, you love the audio, you love the environment, the things that you were fighting before, it becomes like a fuel that you are using to climb higher and higher and higher. So it's very, very important for you to see the blessing in the adversity while you are embracing change.
Wow.
It doesn't come cheap, but as you commit yourself to it, you can do it.
That is so true. That is very, very true. Change is, they said, the only thing that constantly keep changing is change.
It's change.
We constantly keep changing. But that is also, just like you said, that is not always the easier way, but it is very necessary. So true. Like you were talking about change of mindset, change of perception, change of habits.
Yeah.
For me, that area of change in habits, it's still a working process, because there are still some habits that I'm still working on.
Exactly.
Because there is a place I want to get myself to, and I need some new set of habits that fit that place.
Yeah.
So it's a constant work to put in, and habits like waking up early. That is something beginning of this year I really, really kind of thank God was able to work on waking up early. Why? Because you get much done when you wake up early.
Exactly.
When you wake up early, you can first pour into yourself. And then when you go through your day, you are serving from a full cup, not from a half cup that is already almost
empty,
bankrupt. So when you don't pour on yourself, when anybody jumps you, you only giving them from the scratch of the bottom. You see how the under of the cup sounds. It's all it's scratching.
funny
everything
noise.
That comes out is scrapey and scratchy. But when you are full, it's overflow.
Yep.
So understanding this, one of the habits this year, beginning of this year, and I'm still doing, is to wake up early, pour in myself, get my emotions, my soul nourished, so that when I step out, I'm able to pour from the overflow that is in me. Having a routine. Really, these were so key. And some of the habits, like you said, eating habits.
Yeah.
Before, the whole day I would starve myself from busy. I was not intentional with eating. And so in the evening when I'm really hungry, and sometimes 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I'm eating my full plate.
I'm looking for something to eat.
When you go to sleep, you'll be having nightmares. You see, and then you wake up in the morning, your energy level is low because in the night, you've eaten all kinds of stuff. You see, but that is also a discipline that I'm still working on. I tell myself, after this time, you don't eat.
Yeah.
Drink water and go, you won't die. So discipline yourself to eat little bits over the day. Have a breakfast, eat your lunch, make sure it's balanced so that in the night, you're not sitting there eating a full plate of whatever it is, but you can be able to go to sleep light, have sanity of mind. Your dreams are quality. Nobody chasing you and all that. From the fullness of the belly, of the stomach. So these are all habits that we work on, but they come in the form of adversity. We should not wait till we get bad reports before, like, well, we're talking about health, bad reports for our health, or sometimes, like I'm saying, after you have dreamed that bad dream, then you wake up, want to do something about it. It's actually late. Handle it before we get there. Consistently working on these things. Have character, working on the character. Last week when we were in a conference, they were talking about switching off our phone, disconnecting. I'm like, oh, Frida, I need to now make sure that every time I'm working, my phone is charged. I don't want to be disconnected. Not that I want to be everywhere, but at least I want to be reachable. I want to be among the people that they can say, oh, if you are in emergency, when you call, she will pick. I don't want to be known as the one that when they call, she doesn't pick. So an area I need to work on, So all those kinds of things, like I'm saying, we constantly have areas that we need to work on.
Yeah.
So when you fail, don't sit back and say, I cannot. No, you can do all things through Christ. You can do all things. Yes, it didn't go well the first time, but find out why it didn't work and try again.
Yeah.
In school, we were taught, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Keep trying until it works. Keep trying, because every trial is a discovering another way of how a thing is to be done. Keep trying. Don't say, me, I can't make that kind of food. No, keep trying until you become the master of it. Don't say, me, I don't know how to do this thing. Find out if that is your interest. If you really want to know how, be curious enough to find out how it works. Because indeed, we can do all things. It takes time, but we can do all things when we are open for it.
Yeah.
So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers, those that will watch the replay, we are just here to encourage you. Know that failure is part of success. So don't let anybody tell you you failed because something failed. Oh no, that thing failed. You didn't fail. You only discovered another way that it didn't work. So you can go do it better. Don't sit down and blame yourself when there are so many blessings hidden in what we call adversity, challenges. Embrace them. Work it until it works. Because it will work. What we see work today is because somebody took time, had the patience to work it until it worked. We love you. Once again, thank you for plugging in tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week with another topic. Feel free to let us know if there is something particular you want us to talk about next week. We will definitely look into that. We love you. Bye for now. Lady Dim, I don't know if you have any words to say. All right. We love you all. Bye.